And it is 7:36 a.m. here on KFYO Mornings with Dave King and Matt Martin. We are broadcasting from the Thacker Jewelry Studio. See the custom collection at 6120 82nd Street here in Lubbock. This is Thursday. It is 7:36 a.m. And as always, that means only one thing. It's time for the Car Pro. Good morning, Car Pro.
Well, good morning, gentlemen. How are y'all?
We're great.
Doing well.
Jewelry store?
Did you get a little rain in Dallas yesterday?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, but it wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. Tuesday was pretty much a washout. Yesterday, in the morning, it rained hard. But then by about noon, it had sort of moved to the east. So we got a little bit of a break, which was nice for me because I shoot my videos on Wednesday. And it makes it very difficult to do that in the rain, as you can imagine.
I can understand that. I've done some shooting in the rain before. Let me tell you, we got some rain for the first time since October. We had about an inch to an inch and a half across our area out here. So everybody's in a good mood, and I'll bet you that most people are ready to go out and buy a new car.
Well, if they want the fastest third-row SUV made in America, I've had it this week, and I tell you what, it's been a lot of fun, and it might surprise some people, but it comes from Dodge. I've got the Dodge Durango SRT 392. And the 392 is a throwback name that they used in the 70s. It's 392 horses. I'm sorry, it's 392 cubic feet in a 6.4-liter Hemi that's running 475 horses. And I tell you what, this thing, it sounds so good. But it's a unusual SUV in that, you know, if you've got one of your drivers, let's say either the mom or the dad, that really likes to go fast, it will work for that. And if you've got, you know, the other one that's going to pick the kids up and take them to soccer, it works great for that, because it's really nice inside. And with the settings on this thing, you can adjust the suspension. And a lot of these cars I'm driving, guys, they say the suspension changes, you know, as you switch things. But with a lot of them, you can't tell much difference. This one has got it's a marked difference. I mean, you can tell when you're in track mode, and you can tell when you're in street mode. And there's actually about 5 different modes that you can go into, but those two are the most opposite. And I think that's what most families would use. But this thing is 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. I actually did it in 4.2. And that's incredibly fast for an SUV that comfortably seats 7 people. It's even got a launch mode, which is really a lot of fun. And you hit the launch button, and it directs you from the dash to press the accelerator all the way to the floor and press the brake all the way to the floor. And then when it tells you to, you let go of that brake, and this thing just squats down and takes off. And it will throw you. You'll see next week when the video's finished, but you'll see it throws you literally against the front seat. I mean, it just slams you back. And a good-looking rig. It's an attractive SUV. So, you know, it's $72,000 on the window sticker, and I just, for what you get with this one, that's not a bad price based on other SUVs that are out there today.
Do you have a picture of it on your website?
Not yet, but I can send you guys one. I typically take some stills on Wednesday when we're shooting, but with the rain yesterday, the car had gotten dirty and had rain all over it, so we didn't shoot any stills. But I'll get you guys one.
I looked up some pictures of it of different colors, and it looks pretty nice. It's got a hood scoop on it, and I mean, like you said, it's got that third row seating, which is always nice when you have a family of 6 like myself. So
yeah, and you know, you could easily put 2 adults in this third row seat. And I can't say that about most of the midsize SUVs with 3 rows. This one, the back seat would be very, very comfortable for 2 full-size adults. And it's got the captain's chairs in the middle, and it's got a DVD player, you know, with Blu-ray, and I mean, it's got everything in the world on it that you could put on. It's kind of a dark gray color with black wheels. It's very attractive, and that hood scoop is functional, by the way. And there's air dams under the grill. I mean, it takes a lot of air to keep that 6.4 Hemi from overheating. So they took care of all that. They did a great job.
So
now,
quick.
the big news this week
Yeah.
coming out of the auto industry.
Uh-huh.
New York Auto Show started yesterday,
Yeah.
and that's become one of two premier shows of the year. You got New York right now, L.A. in November. And both those shows have really taken the thunder out of the Detroit Auto Show, which automakers every year, Detroit is losing automakers that are bringing new cars to that show. And I think part of it is because it's in January, and who wants to go to Detroit in January, and who wants to go to Detroit pretty much anytime, for that matter.
Yeah. Good point.
So, New York and L.A., they've got a lot of new entries of 2019s that are coming out later this year. We're covering all those as they happen.
So one of the
USA.
ones that intrigued me was Volkswagen seems to be coming out with a pickup truck for the United States.
They are, and I tell you who else is, and this has long been rumored, but it's actually going to happen now. It's Jeep. Jeep's going to build a pickup version of the Wrangler, which they had years ago. And they dropped it for whatever reason, but they're bringing it back. And I think that one's going to be a real winner. And then VW also announced yesterday that they're going to take that Atlas, which is the big SUV that I reviewed probably 6 months ago, and they're going to make a 5-passenger out of it. So they're going to make it a little bit shorter, but still maintain that cargo area in the back. And I think that's going to be a big hit. But we're going to see a lot of new stuff coming out of New York over the next few days.
So keep it on carprousa.com to see what that may be.
We are putting stuff up just as quick as we can get it posted, and we've got 3 new car reviews. The Volvo S90, we've got the BMW X3 M40, which is a fast little X3 SUV, and then my review from last week of the Cadillac Sport Brake, the station wagon, all up at carprousa.com.
All right. Well, Jerry, thank you so much for being on the show. I want to remind everyone that you are on from 11 to 1 on Saturdays, and you'll be there this Saturday.
We sure will.
All right. Have a good day, Jerry.
You too, guys. Take
Thank
care.
you, Jerry. Okay. That's your Car Pro, Jerry Reynolds. 7:43 here on KFYO Mornings with Dave and Matt. We'll be right back.